What's going on, everybody? We are back today with some more Farm Sim 22, where today we will be joining in on our second day on Elmcreek. I realized that I have made a mistake. In the last episode, at the very end, we bought this tiny little square baler. And, well, I don't want this tiny square baler. I changed my mind, which is kinda not very smart. But I'm going to take it back to the shop and I'm going to sell it. And now you may be thinking, why are you taking it back if you just bought it and you haven't even used it yet? Well, that's a great question, first of all. And second of all, it's because I would rather get a big square baler on lease for right now, so I don't have to deal with these small squares. Because in my other series, if you happen to watch my other series at all, I also have this tiny square baler, and it was a lot of work. I mean, not that I don't want to do a lot of work again, because it was fun, but I'd really appreciate not having to do it. Plus, I think leasing equipment is going to be better off for us anyway, as we really don't have that much money. Alright, we got the baler here. I think we paid $22,000 for it. Hopefully we can get quite a bit back. And we do get $19,000 back for it, which is not too bad. I was honestly expecting more like $13,000, but $19,000, not bad. We'll go ahead and we will take that. Unfortunately, we did obviously take a loss on that, but can't win them all. So what we're going to do now that we have $32,000 is I'm going to go back and get our mower that we bought last episode. And we are going to take it up to field number 19. Once we get to field number 19, we'll cut that. And then that's when we're going to be renting our baler as well as a wrapper. And then we can bale the straw bales and make some silage bales up in our new field that we bought. Alright, we made it up here. This field is a little bit scary compared to our mower. This might take a little while, but hopefully not too long, and we can get into some other things today. So let's go ahead and turn on the mower. So we'll go ahead and get the mower turned on, and we can put it in gear. Hopefully that should be about the right gear. We'll see though. Think we may need to go up a gear. I'm not sure how fast this mower can actually drive. 7 seems about right. Maybe we'll try C range, see if we go a little bit faster sometime. Can go up to 9, 10, 11. I feel like 11 is probably a good mowing speed, so we'll stay right here for now. Not sure how much of this we actually own. We might be able to get some of this grass on the outside of the field as well. But first I'm going to just do the edge of the field around the outside, and then once we finish the field on the inside, we can do a little bit around the outside, see how much of that we can actually get. I did, in between cuts here, I changed the steering sensitivity, so hopefully the tractors and trucks don't just like bounce around when I try to steer left or right really quickly again. Hopefully this helps a little bit. It seems to feel a little bit better when I'm steering, especially on the road. It felt really good. It didn't seem bad right around that corner there. I'm assuming we own all the way out to the road here, but there's not really too much a way to know right now until we try cutting it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to time lapse this. Hopefully it goes well, and we'll see how long this takes. I'm hoping not very long, but you never know. Let's hop to it. Well, that could have gone a lot better. I mean, it could have gone worse too, but I mean, obviously you can see that, and you did watch, hopefully, that just didn't go very good at all. So I'm hopeful, though, that we can get a rake pretty cheap on Lease. We can put it in some nicer rows together, and then we can do some easy baling up here. Hopefully we get at least a handful of bales. This didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was gonna, by the way. We're gonna go ahead though and see if we own any of this grass over here that can get cut, because there's a big area right here that if we can cut it, I don't see why we wouldn't do it. There's so much extra grass here. Looks like a lot of it we can, but we're not actually getting any drop from it. But that's alright. We'll see if we get anything over here as well. We're getting a little bit around the outside in some areas. Let's see here. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'll jump cut. I'm going to clean this up so it doesn't look so bad, and then we'll go to when we are picking up a rake, hopefully. Alright, we've made it to the shop. You can see here that I do have my header trailer. We don't really need this. I don't plan on taking our combine anywhere that we would need that. Maybe in the future we'll need it, but for now, if we can get a couple $1,000s for it, a couple $1,000s is all we really need. And we only get about $1,000 for it, unfortunately, but that's better than nothing. That'll probably, hopefully, cover some of our leasing fees here. So what we need now is a rake of some sort. Maybe the merger. Probably not, because the merger's kind of expensive. But we're going to go ahead and pick out which rake we would like. Let's see if we can find it here in windrowers. So there's a bunch of different windrowers here. Let's go with something. We don't want the smallest one, because we have tiny windrows up there already. But if we can get something with maybe like this is a good one. We could get that for probably like $1,000, I think. Maybe a little less. That wouldn't be too bad. I think that's going to be the one that we go with. That's 8 meters wide. What do we got over here? This one's only 4.3. Yeah, so we'll go with this one. 8.4 meters wide, 9 mile an hour working. Let's go ahead and we'll lease this one for $994. And see, the header trailer almost covered this for us, so not even too bad. We'll make our way up to the field, and hopefully we can get some nice windrows. I'll go ahead and jump cut again until we're at the field, and then we can windrow in live time, possibly, if I can think a little bit and am able to talk. See you at the field. Alright, we made it up the field. As you can see, I did go around the outside a couple times, and there was honestly kind of a lot of grass that we could get there. But I should have did this at the shop, but let's take a look at this thing. It's a quite nice windrower here as I jump on top of it, but for only $20,000 to buy, I rented it for less than $1,000. This isn't too bad, really. I mean, it's real nice looking. It's got some nice hydraulics on it. Pretty nice working with. This will probably be something in the future that we're going to be looking to buy. But let's go ahead and see if we can make some nice windrows here so we can get baling. We'll go ahead and throw it in like C3. That should be plenty, maybe even C2 only. We'll go ahead and turn it on. Hopefully we don't sling any onto the road. Looks like we did not. So let's see here. We can go 9 miles an hour, I believe it said. So we'll turn it up to C3 there to go 9 miles an hour. And we're going to be cruising around the field. This is a pretty decent width here, I do think. We are getting 3 rows together. We could probably even get 4 once we get to the middle and the rows are a little bit nicer oriented, but just the way these ones are currently, we're only getting 2, and we're gonna try to not touch that one over there on the right yet, just so we can have some straight lines, or hopefully have some straight lines, I guess I should say. you never know. Maybe not the best at making straight lines in this game. So let's go up straight here. And yeah, not bad. Did just touch the tree there, but that's not gonna be a problem. We'll go ahead and shut the indoor off. And apparently not take off in reverse. I'm still not good at this manual with clutch thing here. I may have to switch it off. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm just not good at it at all. Which is unfortunate because I was really excited about manual with clutch. I mean, I'm gonna probably give it a couple more episodes to try, but I'm just really struggling to keep my tractor from dying nearly every time I want to turn around, which just isn't exactly fun all the time. So I may try to switch it off for this series, leave it on for the time-lapse series or something like that, just so I still use it at times. But for real though, it's just a lot of work currently to get it figured out. So we'll go ahead and take off from C1 and up to C3. And I know I said I wanted straight lines, but we gotta avoid that tree there. But hopefully, so we can get all three here, and that should work pretty good, just like this. Then we can have a nice big windrow, and the rest of the lines we can hopefully try to keep straight as well. We're going to try and keep this as straight as possible, so it's pretty easy to bale, but we'll just keep doing what we're doing here and get her done. I think I'm going to hop into a time lapse so I'm not just rambling on here, and we can get this field done as quickly as possible. Let's get to it. Well, just finishing up, that could have went far worse than it did. I mean, honestly, I thought that one went pretty well, even. Oops. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna actually just change this from manual with clutch to manual. It's gonna take me just a second here, so we'll go ahead and manual here. We'll leave direction change. All right, we got that figured out. Now I won't be killing the tractor all the time, at least, and that was just really bothering me. I was really enjoying using manual with clutch, but I just couldn't stand killing the tractor every time that I wanted to stop. So we're just gonna deal with just manual for now. Hopefully that won't go too bad, and then it will be having fun. I did want to check out while we're up here though, this little farm up here. I believe we'll take a look. You can see it right on the left side of the screen there. We'll head down their driveway here and see what they got. I mean, I know they got, look at all these fields. They got 4 or 5 little grass fields here. plus 1 grain field. I'm not sure that the grain field comes with it, but I'm gonna take a look at around the farm here and see what they got. This looks like a kind of nice farm, especially if you get all this grass with it. Maybe at some point we'll buy this and do all of our grass work up here. So let's take a look here. We're gonna put this thing down here, and can we open the doors without owning this place? Well, it doesn't look like we can open that building there. See if we can open any doors around. If not, that's alright too, but I was kind of hoping that we could at least take a look around. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe this is a workshop? Not really anything to it that you can see. See here. Nope, can't open that door either, so we must just not be able to open it. Unless you can open this one, maybe? Nope, you just gotta own it to be able to open it. I'm pretty sure this is a manure pit here. Maybe it's a silage pit, but I'm pretty sure it's a solid manure pit. So maybe there's a cow pen up here? I keep trying to open the doors just to see if I can get into one, but let's see what this sign says. Maybe this will tell us more about what this is. The River Rock Estate, established 1925, and there's sheep on there. So maybe there's a sheep area up here that I'm not seeing. Let's take a look at the map quickly, see what it says about this place. So the map over here, what we got here? This is nothing, apparently. Can I click on anything? Hello? Oh, I'm on the worker menu. Let's go. Oh, so we got the restaurant right here. That's where we've been mowing right here. We got the restaurant here. We'll take a look at farmland here. So you get 15, 16, and 17 with this farm, along with a bunch of trees. And looks like you can actually buy out there. And then 14, 13, and 12 come at a different area. There's actually a road that runs right here. So I'm not sure that this land is buyable. Yeah. So it looks like up here there's a pretty good grass farm here. I'm wondering if maybe there's a sheep pen here that pops up once you buy it. I'm trying to see in here. I've been looking around and I'm not seeing a place where sheep would go. I mean, the sign obviously points towards sheep farm along with all the grass fields, but I don't see a place where sheep would live here unless they actually live in the barn, which would be kind of cool. But as for right now, there's not really much that we can investigate here. That's a little bit unfortunate. We'll go ahead and we're going to be taking this back to the shop. And we're going to get the baler, and we're going to make sure we get the baling done today. And then once we get the baling done, we're probably going to call it an episode. I've already been recording for over an hour. It's getting close to nighttime in the game. But if we can get the baling done today, the next episode, we gotta make sure we get some winter crops in. I believe, let's take a look quickly before we, how do we do this? Here we go. Yeah, so planting season for wheat and barley. We're actually gonna miss canola planting season. Wheat and barley planting season ends next week though. So we need to make sure we get at least one of the two in the ground for one of our fields, and then hopefully we'll be working on cultivating and stuff, and then we're gonna choose maybe some oats. I want to do horses at some point, and maybe we'll do a cornfield. I don't know. Our fields aren't really that big, unfortunately, so it's gonna be a lot of thinking about what we actually want to do. We may just end up doing 2 fields of oats, or maybe some soybeans or something, if we can get it all planted in time. But as for right now, we're just gonna head back down to the shop. I'll get this taken back. Oh man, probably should have looked both ways. Oh well. We'll get this taken back, and I'll catch back up to you when we're trying to pick out a baler. Alright, we're gonna actually park this tractor. I decided we've used this tractor plenty enough the last couple of days. I guess last episode we used it the entire episode, and we used it all of this episode so far, so let's go ahead and park this tractor. You see those flying deer right there? Oh, they just popped to the ground. There's another one! Well, I don't know that one's flying or not. That one might just be farther away. But they're over there, they don't even mind our tractor over there. We need to go do some deer hunting. They're right up on the farm here. That's not even too hard. We could hunt them real easily. But yeah, we're going to park this tractor here. We'll go ahead and stick it in neutral. Just so we don't get confused when we get back in. Actually, did I shut it off? Nope. Okay. But yeah, we're going to hop in and use the 45 or the 4755. We haven't used this tractor yet. We've had it sitting here. We might as well find a use for it. Let's see, we'll get the weight attached. And then this one's actually a power shift tractor, which is different from what we've been using. As you can see, gear one is really low and there's no ranges on the right side to choose from. So this tractor, you just shift up and up and up and up and up and up all the way to gear 15. It only goes 20 miles an hour, unfortunately, but that's not horrible. It's got more power, I believe. We'll go ahead and check just to make sure I'm not lying there, because I'm kind of curious as well. But so the 7810 goes 24 miles an hour and has 175 horsepower, and the 4755 goes 21 miles per hour and has 190 horsepower. So it does have 15 more horsepower, a power shift engine, but a little bit slower. And then I wonder if this is how much time that we've owned it. That's kind of cool to see. I guess we haven't owned anything for less time, so we wouldn't really be able to tell. But that's kind of cool to see that it tells you how long you've owned stuff. So we'll go ahead and head over to the store now, and we'll see if we can pick out a good square baler and get some baling done. Alright, we got it. We made it to the store here. Let's just take a look around the inside of this tractor quick. And I mean, it looks just about like any power shift John Deere would look, that if you know what you're looking for. That big yellow lever on the left there is the PTO. These two orange levers here, the right one, the taller one, is your power shift, and the smaller one is your throttle. One thing I wish in game is that you would use the throttle lever, because in real life you'd use the throttle lever. But it seems like mostly in game you only use a little pedal. You can see there on the bottom right there, there's two pedals on the right, and then there's a little red pedal, and you always push the little red pedal instead of actually using the PTO, which is a little unfortunate because I don't find that completely realistic, but it's okay. I wish, maybe hopefully there's a mod or something that'll come out that you'll use those levers. I think that would be pretty cool. So now that we're at the store, let's go ahead and rent a baler. We parked a tractor right where the baler's going to spawn, I think, but that's okay too. So we need to pick out a baler. Let's see, we got to go to the baling technology, the balers, and we want a square baler of some sort, I think. These are all round balers. Let me just make sure. Yeah. That's a round baler. So it looks like the cheapest square baler is really expensive, actually. I thought that you could get a square baler a little bit cheap, but it looks like we're going to be renting a square baler for about, it's hard saying, $7,000, $8,000. We'll make sure there's a nice bale wrapper here for square bales, though. Let's see. So this one does square bales. And as it does, let's see. What are these? I think these two you load up and it wraps them differently than this one does. So this one does up to 220 centimeter bales. And this one is for round bales. So we're looking at another $9,000 in equipment still to finish baling our field, which puts us at about $10,000 almost in equipment leasing. But $10,000, it depends on how many bales we get, if that's going to be good or not. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this Kloss baler here. And I'm just taking a look at these other ones here to see what else there is. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We're going to lease the Kloss baler. $7,800. Hopefully we get some, we get enough bales to make up for that. I assume that we will. It felt like a pretty big field. And yeah, hopefully our tractor's big enough to run this. I didn't even think about that. We better take a look at that quickly. So it does only need 145 horsepower. That's good. Because I just got really worried for a second. So we just need to make sure... Wait, no. It does not have enough. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll make it work. 250 horsepower. I think we can make it work. If we can at least get the baler to move, especially on the downhill portion, we'll make it work. We're going to get it up here. Right in front of this baler here. I was thinking about adding manual attach to this game. I know that mod just came out. Maybe I will. I'm not too sure here. I know I said I was going to keep this all vanilla. Or vanilla. I don't know if it's called vanilla. Maybe it is. I know in Minecraft it's called vanilla. Ooh. Almost killed the tractor there. That would have been something. Killing the tractor in manual mode. I'm not even using manual with clutch. But, well, I was going to keep this one mod free this playthrough, but I think what I'm going to do... Jeez. There's just a Walmart bag flying outside my window. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe add manual attach, just a couple like gameplay features and not like, so we can keep the equipment base, but we're gonna use some different gameplay features that mods have. We are getting pretty close to nighttime now. Let's go ahead and turn down the time scale. I'm getting a little worried. This baler seems a little big for this tractor now, but we're gonna try it. I mean, the worst that can happen is we pull it really slowly. I don't think you can ever overload the tractor. Let's go ahead. We're gonna put it all the way down to like 3 miles an hour, so it's getting a lot of power. And see if we can, how much speed we can gain here. So it looks like we're still doing good here. We can get up to 8-9 miles an hour in the flat. Looks like we can do about 9 to 10 miles an hour in the flat area, which is not bad at all. We'll stick it in 11th gear here. That seems to be a good spot. Maybe... I think we can get up to 12th gear, but we're going to go ahead and leave it in 11th gear here. I think we're going to have problems going up the hill. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that that's maybe not going to be working in too well in our favor. What we got across the street there while we're doing this? Looks like we got a nice gas station and a little diner. Not bad. Seems like this place is a pretty lively little map. A lot of the old Giants maps that I used to play, I never really was a fan of. It's kind of what turned me off of Farming Sim during the beginning, is when there was no modded maps. I just didn't really have any fun on the Giants maps, but I'm thinking that this one is not too bad so far. I mean, this one's felt really good to play, as well as the France map. I'm not even going to try and say the name. I know I'll say it wrong. So we are struggling on this little hill to even pull it up. But, so this is going to be a struggle once we get up there. Are we even going to get a straw bale? Yeah, we will get one. I don't know that we'll get two, but that's alright. We don't need 2 straw bales. We're only doing this for a little bit of extra money. How big of bales are we making, by the way? Okay, we are making 220 centimeter bales. We're going to have to make sure, once we get closer to the end, we're going to have to make small bales. Just so that we don't... how do I say it? We don't want to return the baler with a bunch of grass in it that we can't have that because we made too large of a bale. That would be a little bit unfortunate. But it's getting close to nighttime here. Oh wow, this tractor's got some nice lights on it. I was not expecting that. It's an older tractor. I think this is an 80s tractor, a late 80s, early 90s tractor. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go with an 80s tractor. I like John Deere's, but I'm not good at timing when the tractors came out. I'm gonna go with this as an 80s tractor though, as my dad has some 4430s, two different ones actually, and they're 70s tractors. And the 55 series came out later after that, so I'm gonna go with this is an 80s tractor. So we're just finishing up the field here. The tractor honestly hasn't struggled too bad, which is a little bit surprising. We're gonna see if we can unload this bale here. Wow, these bales have quite high capacity at 220 centimeters. I'm kind of happy about that actually. So we'll kick that bale out here and just leave it here. We'll go ahead and close the baler out. Make sure no one's coming. And I will see you guys up at the grass field. Alright, we made it to the field here. We struggled pulling it up the hill without it running, so I can't imagine that's just gonna go up amazing by any means. But we're sure gonna try. I had it all the way down in, I think, 6th gear pulling it up the hill. Just really struggling, but hopefully this won't go too bad, especially on the downhill portions. I really love the sound of these tractors this year. I think the tractors sound amazing, by the way. This field's pretty bumpy. I don't know if rolling the field will make it actually not bumpy, but I know we need to roll the field as it's... well, I'm pretty sure, I should say. I think you have to roll grass fields now. And it does look like we're going to be getting a handful of bales out of this field, which is pretty good. Hopefully we get a good amount. Looks like we're filling up. Maybe we'll get about 1.5 by the time we get down here. We had a little over half a bale when we started, so maybe 2 bales per row. That's not too bad. And this stuff I don't think is even fertilized. This is the outside stuff, not even the actual field stuff. I'm gonna slow down here though, because I know up there we had 3 rows with the mower getting raked in, and down here we only had 2 rows. So let's see here, how are we gonna do here? Looks like, oh, we are struggling. Here's where the real struggle is gonna start, is we're gonna have to go up the hill here, and I already know this isn't gonna go well. So is this an actual windrow here? It is. Yeah, we're struggling up the hill. We're gonna take a running start in 10th gear at it, but as soon as we start struggling, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be crawling up the hill. I think I probably could have went faster down the hill. I wasn't even paying much attention though. I was just going what felt good. And man, it is really bumpy in this field. Maybe it's the tractor working too hard. You never know, it could be a little bit of both. And we're not struggling too bad yet. Jeez. It's real rough in here. Starting to struggle. We'll go down to 9th gear. That must be where the ranges change. 9 to 10. You know, in a power shift engine. I did that in my tutorial video too. I know when I drove power shift in real life, I had a Case Magnum that I drove, and its ranges changed at gear 6 as well as it went from 6 to 7 was mid-range, and then 12 to 13 was high range, and there was just huge differences when it changed ranges. How's this looking in here? We got a little bit of a straight area so we can turn around. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the way that this thing is looking. We're gonna miss some here, aren't we? Let's turn around so we can actually see what we're doing again. We're just spitting bales out like crazy though, I think. I mean, I can't tell what that's got to be a grass bale, hopefully. Maybe it's a straw bale. I don't know. Yeah, that's a straw bale. Unfortunate. Oh well, 2 straw bales is alright, I guess. Would have liked for it to turn out as a grass bale, but I think because it was over 50%, it stayed as a straw bale while we loaded up grass into it. So we need to get... Let's go out, zoom out here, so we can actually see what we're doing. See if we can pick this up here. We're hanging out in 10th gear here, so that's not too bad. We did have to go up to 9th, or down to 9th, I guess, when we did the last one. When we went up the hill, and we're probably gonna have to do that again if I had to guess, but who knows? It may go better. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to time-lapse the rest of this. It's going to be the end of the video. Well, yeah. We'll go ahead and time-lapse this and we'll end the video after the time-lapse. So we'll hop into it right now. Does seem to be about the rest of what I got to do today, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the baler back, and then once we get the baler taken back, once I get the baler taken back, I'm just gonna be done playing for the day. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.